The show. Today we've got a good matchup ahead between the Detroit Tigers and the Toronto Blue Jays. Blue Jays baseball is next. Hyunjin Ryu gets the starting assignment in this one for the Jays. What do we need to know here, Danny?
Well, Matt, he reminds me, he's the closest thing that I've seen to David Wells. You watch him throw, he's 89 to 93 miles an hour, kind of a big, loopy, overhand curveball. A good athlete for a big guy. You'll know if he's on early, he has to get his breaking pitches over to make his fastball effective.
Now to the plate, here is Akil Baddoo, and we are ready for some daytime baseball. And it's fouled away.
First pitch, 4 o'clock.
Into the windup, here comes the 0-1. Ryu has racked up over 800 innings in his big league career with a dominant sub-3 ERA, good by anybody's standards. And this is taken for a called third strike as the leadoff man is set down to open up the ball game. So one out and nobody aboard, and that'll bring up Jonathan Scope to hit next. Now here's the first offering. Sends that one out of play for strike one. Set to deliver the 0-1. Check swing, but he held up in time. Ball one. And there are the umpires working this one. Calling balls and strikes is Mr. Patrick Johnson.
You know, D-Roll, Patty Johnson, decent strike zone, but isn't always super consistent. I think that's one of the things that irritates players and pitchers.
Yeah, you're going to see a few glares, not only from the offensive guys, but maybe the guy on the mound as well. He needs to be a little bit more consistent.
Batting third, the left fielder, number 8, Robbie Grossman.
Here's Robbie Grossman. He's right there. To second for one. On to first as they get the double play to get him out of the inning. One hit in the inning, but that gets erased. It's the Tigers nothing. Blue Jays coming up. You're watching Major League Baseball on the show. Casey Mize, a right-hander from Alabama, gets the starting assignment. What's your take on him, Dan?
Well, this guy's kind of unique. How about a 5-pitch repertoire that he has? That gives him a lot of options for both righties and lefties. And if he's on, he could be really tough to hit.
So stepping in is George Springer. He'll lead things off here in the bottom half of the first.
For Toronto, the center fielder, Joe.
Infield in the overshift here. Now the pitch. As the first pitch misses to him, it's ball one. The 1-0.
That's a ball.
This is a spot you really don't want to be in with a great hitter like that. You can't just lay one in there, but you also don't want to run the count to 3-0.
Here's a fly ball, well hit. Oh, there is nobody that's going to corral this one. This could be an inside the Parker. Around second now, and they still haven't flagged this one down. The throw is wild, and it gets away. And he will come all the way around to score. Unbelievable.
Boy, the home fans are loving that inside the Parker. Looked like he was carrying a piano around his back when he rounded third, but he made it. Somebody get him an oxygen mask.
Stepping in now, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. as he will take strike one on the fastball here. No balls and a strike. The 0-1.
All the makings of a big inning right here. One already left a yard, and the power hitters are coming up.
Now the 1-1 pitch is a sinker that misses for a ball. And he misses again. Ball 3.
This is where you cash your checks right here. 3-1. You're one of the best hitters in the game. You live for situations like this.
Into the windup and the pitch. No outs, nobody on. This is hit high in the air out toward left center. Baду will slide over and put this one away, and that's out number 1.
Batting third.
With that, let's take a look at the Blue Jays starting lineup. Thoughts, Dan? Who stands out?
Well, you better be careful when dealing with that 5-hole hitter. The guy is in the middle of the lineup, and when he's in the middle, things just happen. Guys in front of him get on, he drives them in, and if not, he has the ability to get things started and set the guys up behind him. He's a force.
So no need to wait, as here he is as the first pitch to him runs a bit inside for ball 1. Mize has found success in his career at limiting base hits. He usually turns in outings where his hits per 9 numbers are really respectable, and obviously that goes a long way as a starting pitcher.
Matty V, there's a couple of things that really hurt you when you're a starting pitcher. Walks and giving up many base hits per 9 innings. This guy keeps the ball in play, doesn't give up a lot of hits, doesn't walk very many batters, and when you do that, it's a good recipe for success, and it's worked for him so far in his career.
You know, most people would be surprised he took that right there, because that looked like it was in his honey hole. He had to obviously be sitting on something else.
Bo Bichette is on deck. 1 out, nobody on. Three and 2 now. Strike 3 called on the slurve that time, and there are 2 down. Base is empty, 2 away. In to bat next, the legacy Bo Bichette. Now the first pitch. Two out, nobody on. Sinker, 1 ball, 1 strike. Now a slider well off the plate, an easy take there.
Big sweeping breaking ball right there. Good pitch, but if he wants to get him to swing at it, he'll have to bring it in a little bit closer to the strike zone.
Now the 2-1 pitch. Fouled off. The 2-2. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Hit on the ground to third. Scooped up. Throw in time, and the side is retired. So only 1 hit in the inning on the solo shot, but it's enough to push him out in front. We'll go on to the top of inning number 2. It's the Blue Jays 1 and the Tigers nothing. Now it'll be Miguel Cabrera. He'll get us started in the top of the second.
Miguel Cabrera.
First pitch of the AB now. Hit out towards second. On to first, and there's 1 gone here to start the second.
That is it.
All right, guys, here's the defensive alignment for the Toronto Blue Jays today. And can we focus on George Springer, one of the more dynamic outfielders in our sport? He will leave his feet. He's got a cannon for an arm, not afraid to dive in and say hi to the fans if the ball's going near there, too. Do not test this guy's arm.
The next batter is Jamer Candelario. Standing in from the right side as he takes strike one. Bases are empty, one man out. There's a changeup taken, but it finds the zone on the inside. The windup and the 0-2 pitch. This is on the ground over to first. Fielded cleanly, and he'll take it to the bag himself for the out.
That is it. The catcher, number 13.
Up next, Eric Haas. He'll work on keeping this top of the second alive. Now the first pitch. As he'll come up empty there as he misses the off-speed pitch for strike one.
That was a great hack right there. Timing was on point. Just sometimes you have bad bat barrel accuracy.
Now here's a comebacker back to the mound. And he'll flip it onto first, and with it, that ends the inning. Down in order go the Tigers. It remains 1-0. Bottom of the inning now, and that'll bring up the outfielder, Teoscar Hernandez.
For Toronto, the right fielder, Teoscar.
Ready to deal. Here comes the first pitch. In the air to straightaway right. And that ball gets down out near the wall and should be extra bases. And he'll pull into second here with nobody out.
That was a great job of driving that ball, extending his arms very well, was able to get it over the right fielder's head, one-hopping it off the wall for an easy double. That's one of those solid hits that you don't even feel coming off the bat.
In now, Corey Dickerson. Yes, he'll take a look at ball one. Hernandez leads off second with nobody out. Pops this one up. And this is going to get down. It's a foul ball. The 1-1. Nope. Oh, and not an easy pitch to lay off of, but he did somehow, and he's got it to 3-1. Lourdes Gurriel is on deck. The 3-1. And he misses there for ball four. So runners are at first and second now with nobody out.
Man, the pitcher's wondering how he didn't get that call. Busted him inside on a 3-1 count, and the ump thought it was just a tad off the plate. Tough to get the benefit of the doubt from the umpire when you fall behind in a count like that, though.
Next to hit is Lourdes Gurriel. First pitch on its way. First and second here with nobody out. Now a half swing here as he wanted to pull it back, but he does so too late. It's strike one. And he fouls this one off. To 2 balls and 2 strikes now. Neither guy willing to give in, and the at-bat will continue. The 2-2 one more time. Good battle here. This will be the 7th pitch coming up. Timing just a tick off there as this one's fouled off to the right. The 2-2 one more time. Fouled away.
Hey, have an AB right here. I know it's frustrating the heck out of the pitcher. You keep fouling these pitches off, maybe one misses over the heart of the plate.
And he finally wears him down here as he strikes him out after a 9-pitch at bat.
Well, I'm glad we get another look at that beauty of a pitch right there. You can't spot a sinker in a better location because even if you do get the bat on the ball, there's not a whole lot you could do with that. Textbook sinker.
At the plate now, Santiago Espinal. As the first pitch sinker misses to him, it's ball 1. Just the second inning, but already 37 pitches to this point. Pulls this one in the air out to left. Going back is the left fielder, and just short of a home run, this ball's off the wall, and he's safe.
Batting ninth.
And time will be called here as the pitching coach heads out to the mound and hopefully try and settle this guy down a bit. Into the box, Reese McGuire. This will go after the first pitch and bounce it into foul territory. And they're runners at the corners now. Gets the fastball by him here, and he's in control. 0-2.
Big pitch coming up right here. He'd love for a ground ball or a strikeout.
Runners are at first and third, 1 away. And the slider is low and inside as he just about got him there. Bounced softly in front of the plate. The tag gets one, but he'll put this in his pocket and be content with just the 1 out. George Springer the next to hit, and he might still be a bit winded after the inside the park home run in his first at bat.
I got to be honest, that was certainly fun to watch. There's only a few moments in baseball that can be as exciting as an inside the park home run.
Baddoo finds some space out there for the catch to retire the side. A run on 2 hits here for Toronto. Leading off the inning, it'll be Harold Castro, and they could use a spark from him here.
Hey, Matty, they need to get some offense going in this one. Getting a run back in this inning, give them a little bit of confidence that they can keep up in this game.
Up and away to start the inning, it's 1-0.
I love everything this pitcher's got working right now. He's got presence. He's got great body language on the mound. He's got fastball command.
Meanwhile here, this is going to be trouble out there in left center as it ought to be good for extra bases. And he will coast into second with a leadoff double.
The shortstop, Zach Short.
So now to the plate, Zach Short, and it's fouled away. Castro stands at second with no outs. Barely able to make contact, down 0-2 now. 0-2 count, and the pitch. Off-speed pitch, just missed inside.
Great arm action on that 2-strike changeup right there, but even better job at the plate to take that one.
The 1-2 swung on, and he went fishing in the dirt. The throw to first is in time, 1 down.
Good pitch there, and that was a nice job by his battery mate to complete the plate first after the ball hit the dirt.
Into the box now, Derek Hill, as he takes a called strike at the knees. It's 0-1. From the stretch, popped up. Simeon is there, 2 down.
Now batting, the center fielder, Akil Baddoo.
Next to dig in, Akil Baddoo, runner in scoring position with 2 gone. First delivery to him, fouled off. Runner in scoring position at second with 2 down. Oh, can't spot the cutter any better than that. 0-2 now.
On 0-2 here, he doesn't have to give in with a great pitch to hit. He's got a base open, so he has to focus on making a good pitch right here.
From the stretch. Swung on and missed, and that's the final out of the inning. Tigers lead 1. They trail it here 2-0. Stepping up is Vladimir Guerrero Jr. 0 for 1 here in the early going. He's ready. Here's the first pitch. Pitch taken several inches below the zone, in fact. That evens it up 1-1. Strike swinging, timing a little off on that one.
You have to find a way to lay off that low sinker. There is just no way to do any damage. You're just looking at either a bruised shin or a ground out to the left side.
So he racks up the swinging strikeout on the breaking ball. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. is dealt with for the first out in the bottom of the inning. At the plate, Marcus Semien. Now a swing and a ball hit high and deep down the line in left. And this ball is a home run. It's a solo shot for Marcus Semien. And the Jays have moved out in front 3-0.
Well, he's given up 2 long balls in just 2 1/3 innings of work. So it seems as though they might have his number here. Not sure how much more the manager wants to see. He needs to turn it around quick if he wants to stay in this one for a while.
In now, Bo Bichette.
Batter number 11. Shortstop.
As the first pitch to him is taken low and away for ball 1. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. And he takes a cold strike one.
Hey, you could tell right there the hitter was almost fooled by that pitch, expecting the nasty slider to break down and away, and had hung in the middle of the plate. Too late for him to pull the trigger.
High fly ball out to straightaway center. And he will run this one down. A good read off the bat for the second out. Well, that was certainly a tough play, and worth taking another look with Showtrack. Seemed to get a pretty good read off the bat, carved out a nice route, and ended up covering over 110 feet to make the play. I'm sure he's happy with himself about that one. So that'll bring in Teoscar Hernandez, as the first pitch to him is swung on and missed for strike one. 1 for 1 as he reached base with a double his first time up. Oh and 1, here it comes.
He's been getting lit up all game, and there's a common denominator. He keeps missing right down the middle of the plate. Case in point with that last one.
Bouncer to the left side. Go to first with time to spare, and the side is retired. Jays add one more on the solo home run. We played 3 full. It's now 3-0 in favor of the Jays. New inning set to get underway, and that means Jonathan Scope will get ready at the plate. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Swinging a ball pulled hard down the line in left. And that's in for a base hit, his second in as many trips to the plate.
Boy, Dero, it's about time they got something brewing here. First pitch single, and maybe now they can start to get some traffic on the bases.
Yeah, absolutely, Dan. Ambush tactics, not always the play. You want to drive that pitch count up and get into that bullpen, but sometimes desperate times call for desperate measures.
Standing in now, Robbie Grossman, as he'll take a called strike here on a borderline pitch at strike one.
These are the moments in the game that can sway it one way or another, why you get a W or a loss right here. Leadoff man on, heart of the order coming up. Guy out on the mound has got his work cut out for him.
Hoping to send him packing. Pitch on its way. Changes up on him, but that's in the dirt for a ball.
He's been pounding his zone with nothing but strikes, but that's an amazing take right there. You start getting into that auto swing mode when you think that guy's going to be around the zone.
The 1-2 is swung on and missed. He got him on strikes. So with a runner at first and one gone, time to bring in our pitch speed comparison for these two starters. And to this point, these two have topped out at 95 and 91 miles an hour respectively. So one gone in the inning here with a runner at first, and that brings in Miguel Cabrera. He's set, now the pitch, as the changeup to him drops in there for the first strike.
Hey, he's rolling so far in this one as we head into middle part of this game. How about 90% of his first pitches have been for strikes? If he continues to do that, he just might finish this one.
Here comes Ryu, 0-2.
I got to count 1 and 2.
Oh, it's hit to third. 5. There's one. On to first, and it's another double play. They're second in the first 4 innings, as that one will retire the side. So no runs on one base hit, no errors, and no one left on. On now to the bottom half of inning number 4. It's the Blue Jays 3 and the Tigers nothing. Ready to go in the bottom of the 4th. And digging in is the veteran DH, Corey Dickerson. Here's the first pitch to him. And this is low, ball 1. Now the 1-0. Hit on the ground to short. Reined in. And the inning begins with a quick out number 1.
Now batting, left fielder, Lourdes Gurriel.
So bases are empty with 1 out now. And that brings up the exciting Lourdes Gurriel Jr. Wheels and deals. Here's the first pitch. Now a splitter, and he lays off a ball and a strike. And they'll run this one in on him, and he can't connect, so he finds himself down 1-2 now.
Not much you can do with that one. Tied him up in knots.
Here comes the 1-2. And he fouls this one off. Now another 1-2. Fouled away. One out, nobody on. Struck him out, so he's set down on strikes for the second time today.
He put up a pretty good battle at the plate right there. They finally get him on a 1-2 pitch, but you could see that he wasn't laying down without a fight. He really made the pitcher earn that strikeout.
To the plate now, Santiago Espinal. As he'll send a ground ball down to third. That's through for a base hit. He's now 2 for 2 in this one. And this will go down as an E5, as you can see the exasperation on his face. Runner at first following the error. And now it'll be the catcher, Reese McGuire. First pitch of the AB on its way as he looks at a fastball that misses off the plate for ball 1. Two balls and no strikes.
Hey, always a good idea to take a couple of pitches when you're facing a young arm like this one. And now he's put himself in a real good hitter's count.
Espinal leads off first with a pair of outs in the inning. Now here's his swing, and this is hit well down the line in right. This ball has a chance, and it is gone. A home run. So a 2-run homer down the line in right field, and the Blue Jays are running away with it here. It's now a 5-0 ball game.
Man, this has been a rough one for this guy so far. That's the 3rd homer he's allowed today. He better start keeping the ball down in the strike zone, or that total might continue to rise.
Here's George Springer.
Number 4.
As the first pitch to him is off the plate for a ball, 1-0. He's working on a 1-for-2 game so far. The windup and the 1-0 pitch. Some action now in the Tigers bullpen as they'll get a left-hander and a right-hander up to throw. 5 runs, 5 hits, and no errors in the game for Toronto. Count even at 2-2. And another foul ball. Another 2-2 offering. And it's fouled away. Now another 2-2.
Hey, this guy's a hard guy to put away. He's fouling off some tough pitches. 2-2 count, and he just seems to keep hanging right in there.
Now the 3-2 pitch. Line drive to left. But he'll get there as he flags it down just shy of the wall. And with that, the side is retired. But two come across to score in the inning courtesy of this 2-run home run. We played 4. It's the Blue Jays 5 and the Tigers nothing. Striding in is Jeimer Candelario. He bounced out last time up.
Jeimer Candelario.
First delivery to him. As he'll take a look at a pitch too low. It's ball 1. In there, 1-1.
Man, this pitcher is on right now, pounding the zone, attacking these hitters. He's making it look easy.
One and two.
Really deceptive changeup right there. It died right before the plate, and he was left reaching for air.
Hit hard on the ground to second. Oh, it takes a nasty hop, and he's unable to haul it in. Around first, he's digging for second. Around second now and headed for third. Candelario takes the turn at third. He wants it all. He scores as the gap shortens to 4 now.
The fans are not happy, and I can't blame them. And inside the Parker on that hit, there's simply no excuse for that. And everyone in the ballpark knows it. We'll see if he can shake it off and get out of the top half of this inning.
At the plate now, Eric Haas. As the first pitch to him is in there for a called strike 1. Comes into this at bat 0 for 1 in the ball game. Now the pitch. That misses wide. 1 ball and 1 strike. And a changeup here, but that's taken low in the dirt for a ball. Now the 2-1 is strike 2 swinging.
Hey, I'd like to see a little bit more discipline in that. You get a count in your favor, and he's swinging a pitch that bad. Not good.
And a changeup swung on and missed for the first down.
Yeah, as they say, there's a hole in his swing in that location, so a good job there of exploiting that. That can be real hard for some guys to overcome when teams start figuring out what locations you just can't handle.
Into the box, Harold Castro. As the first pitch misses high and inside for ball 1. It was a double for him in his first turn at the plate. The 1-0.
Hey, after the double in his first at bat, looks like he's trying to pitch around this guy a little bit.
Now the 2-0. On the ground to third. He's got it. in time to first, and there are 2 away.
Now batting, shortstop, Zach Short.
Next, it'll be Zach Short looking to put the ball in play here. He went down on strikes in his first at-bat.
Yeah, but it was a good changeup, Matty. Good arm action on that pitch. Look for him to try and stay back a little bit more. Let the ball get a little deeper. Don't be shocked if this pitcher tries to rush a heater right here.
Ryu gets the sign. Here's the 0-1. A swing and a drive sent out toward the gap. Racing back the left fielder. On the warning track, he makes the catch. So 1 run on 1 base hit, the home run. No errors and no one left on base. Last half of the 5th coming up. The Jays lead it 5-1. Kyle Funkhauser, a right-handed reliever standing 6'3", gets the ball now out of the bullpen. Set now for the bottom of the 5th, and here comes the first baseman, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Now the pitch. A ball and no strikes.
Count 1-0.
And he misses again, 2-0.
That's where he wants that sinker to end up, but that was a nice job of laying off.
A 2-1 count to the Blue Jays first baseman.
Hey, this pitcher better be careful right here. My man at the plate is not trying to push something to the opposite field.
He's fallen behind now, 3-1.
And just when you needed a shutdown inning, a leadoff walk was certainly not on the agenda. He needs to bear down right here.
This is on the ground over to first. Scope has it, and that's the first down.
The batter, number 10, second baseman, Marcus Semien.
Next to bat for Toronto, Marcus Semien. A hit and 2 at-bats for him at this point in the ballgame. First pitch on its way.
Ball 1, no strike.
Now the 1-0 is looked at for ball number 2. Weak chopper to the left side. Now here's a shot out toward the gap in right center. He takes the turn and heads for second. And he's not stopping. He wants 3. Semien takes the turn at third. He wants it all. And he's safe at the plate. And it's now a 6-1 ball game.
The batter, number 11.
At the plate, Bo Bichette. As he'll take a look at a slider here that finds the zone for strike 1. He's hitless in his 2 at-bats so far. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Tapped out in front of home. Throw gets him, 2 down.
Now batter, the right fielder, Teoscar Hernandez.
Teoscar Hernandez digging in now. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Drilled down the line. And the inning will continue as that's through for a 2-out hit. He'll get it into second. And now Gracious just getting the ball back into the infield is becoming a problem.
Man, I love this angle. Looking right down the line. You can see that he generates his power from his lower half, taking it down the line for a clean double. Great look there.
Stepping in now, Corey Dickerson. Sliced hard down the left field line. And that's a fair ball as this one will get down the line. Throwing to second. The tag, and they'll get him at second. And with that, the side is retired. So it's 2 runs on 3 hits, including the home run. No errors and no one left. 5 innings complete. It's the Blue Jays 7 and the Tigers 1. So now to the plate, Derek Hill. As he looks at a fastball that's in there for strike 1. He popped out in his first trip. On its way, the 0-1 pitch.
Ball that's outside. No, that's ball.
Easy there, big fella. 2-2. Into the corner and slicing foul. The 2-2 one more time. And he got him.
That strikeout was a real good example of a pitcher continuing to make a guy chase out of the zone. When you recognize a hitter is in protect mode, you don't have to come inside the strike zone. You can just expand further and further until he literally can't touch it.
Into the box now, Akil Baddoo. As the first pitch misses to him, it's ball 1. He's 0 for 2 in the ballgame so far. The 1-0.
I got 2 on the count.
Way inside with that one. A pretty easy take there. 1 run, 4 hits, 1 error for the Tigers thus far. Hard hit ball to second. Simeon's there. And there's out number 2.
The first baseman, number 7, Jonathan Schoop.
Here's Jonathan Schoop now. Singled last time up. Ryu's ready. First pitch on its way. As he puts it on the ground to third. Fielded cleanly. Throw on to first gets him, and the side is retired. 3 up, 3 down for Detroit. They're down 7-1. And now here is Lourdes Gurriel. 0 for 2 for him to this point.
The left fielder, Lourdes Gurriel.
Now pitch on the way. And that misses inside. 1-0. Hit in the air out toward left. Looking up is the left fielder. And it's gone as they add still another. A solo shot here to left as this is now a 7-run ball game. These guys are really putting on a show here. That dinger brings the total up to 5 for the game so far. Amazing stuff today, guys.
Yeah, Matty V, how about this, B-Bro? If you come to watch offense, you picked the right game to come and see.
5 bombs from one team.
everybody in the lineup. They're making fun right now of the guys who don't have a homer in this one.
Derek Holland takes over on the mound here with nobody out in the 6th inning.
The third baseman,
To the
number
plate now,
5,
Santiago Espinal.
Santiago.
Now a swing and a fly ball.
Espinal.
And foul. 1 for 2 in the ball game thus far. The 0-1. Another one fouled off, and he's quickly behind 0-2. Nothing in 2 count, and the pitch. And he struck him out.
Well, there's the great equalizer, the changeup, El Cambio. Listen,
Now
if you can
batting,
keep that pitch in your
number
back
7.
pocket and pull it out when you need it, like he did right there, usually hitters, they don't stand a chance.
At the plate now, Reese McGuire. And on the first pitch, he grounds foul.
I know this guy wouldn't go into the category of superstar, but to grind out the career he has being drafted where he was, my hat's off to him.
Oh, 0-1, here's the pitch. Big swing and a miss at the fastball. He's behind in the count 0-2. And it looks like a right-hander's gotten up to throw in the Tiger bullpen. And he chased it in the dirt. And the throw is made to record the 2nd out of the inning.
Now batting,
And now back to the leadoff spot in the Blue Jays lineup. Stepping in, George Springer. He launched one over the wall back in the opening frame. First pitch of the AB now. As the fastball is swung on and missed. Good location down at the knees for strike 1.
Man, that's 7 straight strikes to start this inning. He's got a chance at an immaculate inning.
On its way, the 0-1 pitch.
That one looked like it could easily have gone the other way. There's a big difference between 0-2 and 1-1, but now this next pitch probably becomes the biggest of the at-bat.
Hit sharply on the ground. Oh, he makes the stop. It's there, and he's out. The defense on display on this beautiful diving stoppage short. On to the back third here this afternoon, and we've got it for you on the show. Stepping in once again is Robbie Grossman. He comes in 0 for 2 thus far.
left fielder, number 8, Robbie.
First pitch of the AB on its way.
Offensive game plan needs to change right here. They need to get a little bit more aggressive. It's too late to try and work counts.
The windup and the 0-1.
Very impressive outing so far. His command has been spot on. Even when he misses his spot, it isn't out over the heart of the plate. He's throwing quality pitches.
Oh, not fooled one bit by the changeup as he smokes this one to deep left field. That one will not be coming back. A home run. So a solo shot down the line in left, and this lead has been cut to just 6 now. This one has turned into a slugfest of Ruthian proportions. 7 combined big flies. Can you guys remember seeing anything like that in a while?
Dan, they're absolutely not going to cover off the ball. I'm curious to get your take on this. I didn't find it to be the truth. I didn't mind hitting at night, but a lot of guys say they see the ball better during the day.
You know what's funny, D-Row, is I preferred to pitch in night games as opposed to day games. I always thought it was advantage to the hitter, and so far that looks like it's the case in this one right here. They must be seeing the ball really well because they're just absolutely smoking the baseball right now.
That command may be starting to drift a bit. It's 2-0 now.
Now, when you've got a 6-run lead out there, there's no reason not to go right at guys. You have to keep attacking the zone.
Bases are empty here, nobody out. 2-1 after the foul ball there. Into the windup and the pitch. Now a ball slapped hard the opposite way. Hernandez is there to put it away for out number 1.
Now batting, third baseman, Jamer Candelario.
Now at the plate, Jamer Candelario. 1 run in and 1 gone so far this inning. Here's the first pitch to him. The cutter runs outside, ball 1. Taken, and that one catches the bottom part of the strike zone. Bases are empty, 1 man out. Hit on the ground to third. He's right there. Throw in time at first for out number 2.
The batter, number 13.
So next to bat will be Eric Haas, struck out in his last trip to the plate. Ryu gets the sign. Here's the first pitch.
Although he doesn't use that pitch too much, if he's able to steal some strikes early in the count, could be something they have to think about.
Swing and a miss as he pulls the top hand over. It's 0-2.
Hey, nice job of bouncing back after the leadoff homer. 2 quick outs after the bomb, and he's got a chance to get out of this.
1-2 to the Tigers catcher. 2 out, nobody on. Off-speed pitch in the dirt as he takes it for a ball. And that's into the corner, a foul ball and right. And he misses with that one down and in. It's a full count now, 3-2.
And it's late in his afternoon of work, and the longer this at bat goes, the better chance of him making a mistake. But as a guy starts to tire, they're more likely to leave the ball up. But man, he's been good so far.
And that's low, ball 4.
That was a great battle right there. He tried to get him to chase, but he laid off some really tough pitches and got a walk. Got to tip the cap to the batter that time.
Castro.
So next to hit is Harold Castro. A hit and 2 tries for him so far. He comes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch.
That pitch tells me this guy's feeling frisky right now. He's on. He's got everything working.
And he takes strike 2.
Well, you can see he's coming right at this guy, just pounding the ball in the strike zone. He certainly has the advantage now. This guy hasn't even swung the bat yet.
And he struck him out, his 7th of the ball game, and that ends the inning. 1 for the Tigers, and it comes on this solo home run. Get up and stretch. Home half of the 7th coming up. It's the Blue Jays 8 and the Tigers 2. Last half of the 7th here, and stepping in the long ball threat, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. And now the first pitch. And he'll lay off a fastball here in a good spot, but ruled the ball 1-0. And he lays off a fastball here that looked pretty good, but it's 2-0.
When you're down 6 on the mound, you got to at least throw strikes here.
sliced hard on the ground. Slide and a stop by Scope. It's in time. Marcus Semien stands in looking for home run number 3 right here as you see what he's done so far in this one. First pitch on the way. Now a swing and a miss. Took something off that one, and it's strike 1.
Great job by the pitcher right there to pull the string. He knew he had an aggressive hitter at the plate, somebody who was sitting on fastball and ready to do damage, and he was able to slow him down right there and get him off balance.
1 out, nobody on. Protecting on 0-2, so we'll do it again. Did a good job to shorten up and protect the plate, and he'll have another shot at it here. The next 0-2 misses, and that'll move it to 1-2 now. A little late on the fastball, but he's able to spoil that one off, and he'll get another chance. Set to deal on a ball and 2 strikes.
These are the great matchups that happen throughout the course of a game. I don't think as a pitcher you can give in right here. He's a great hitter at the plate. He knows it. You know it. Keep executing. Maybe get him to roll something over.
Locked in a good battle. Here comes another one. Making him work out there. The 9th pitch of the at-bat coming up. Swung on in the dirt for the 3rd strike. And he makes the throw to first. Semien is retired. 2 down now.
Batter number 11.
Next, here is Bo Bichette. He could really use a knock here. 0 for 3 in the game so far. Now the pitch.
Ball 1, no strike.
The 1-0.
Ball 2. 2-0. Nope. That's inside.
Now with the base is empty, I think he needs to be careful not to just groove one here just because it's 3-0. He's a guy that could ambush you and lose one over the wall.
Into the windup and the pitch. And this one misses inside. A ball. He walked him, and they've got themselves a 2-out base runner.
Well, they were obviously pitching around him there, and I don't blame them. With the bases empty and 2 outs and a hitter of this caliber at the plate, make somebody else beat you.
Digging in will be Teoscar Hernandez, and we'll see if they can make him pay for the 2-out walk. Always considered a big no-no, of course. Here's the first pitch. And here's a called strike at the knees. Don't think he liked that one too much, but it's 0-1. From the stretch. Swing and a miss. It's 0-2. A runner on first with 2 away. Turned on, but that's ripped foul down the 3rd baseline. The next 0-2 gets him looking at the knees for the strikeout. Blue Jays held in check, but no matter, they lead it 8-2. And stepping in, Zach Short. No hits to this point.
The shortstop, Zach Short.
Ready to deal. Here comes the first pitch.
Count 1-0.
A couple of righties starting to loosen now in the bullpen. The windup and the 1-0 pitch. Hit out towards second. And this is going to be through into center field for a base hit as the leadoff man's aboard in the 8th.
You don't see that too much in today's game. Most guys, it doesn't matter what the count is. They're looking to line them, drive the ball out of the ballpark. Not the case here. Good two-strike adjustment and able to punch a ground ball through a hole for a single.
At the plate, Derek Hill, as he'll take a changeup here for strike 1. He's hitless in his 2 at-bats so far. Comes set with the 0-1. And here's a ball hit in the air. But this will wind up being a foul ball.
All you want is the leadoff man to get on to start a big inning, maybe get a big rally going to claw your way back into this ball game.
A runner at first with no outs here. That's inside and low. It's a ball and 2 strikes. And he struck him out. Strikeout number 8 now in the ball game for him.
Wow, that's one of the toughest pitches in baseball to hit, right? That good straight changeup, El Cambio. There's not much you can do with that. You're going off of that arm speed, and the ball, it just doesn't get there.
Into the box, Akil Baddoo.
Nope.
Ball 1. He's hitless in 3 at-bats to this point. The 1-0. Finds the zone, strike 1. And it's 2-1 to the Tigers' leadoff hitter.
Count is 2-1.
And this one's low here, so the count swells to 3-1.
I love the approach out on the mound. Everything's down in the zone as it should be, but now you find yourself in a 3-1 count. Do you elevate a little bit more and get back in this zone, or do you just pitch around them?
And this is taken here for ball 4. Just the second walk he's allowed into his 8th inning of work.
Well, when you've been out there as long as he has, you have to expect to lose a little precision in your location. He's up over 90 pitches now, so he might be starting to tire a little bit. Something to keep an eye on.
Here comes a Toronto skipper out toward the pitcher's mound. And that will be the last we see in this one of Hyun-Jin Ryu. So he was able to only get that first out in the 8th, but nonetheless he'll depart with the lead. Trevor Richards gets the call as he'll pitch with 1 gone in the top of the 8th. Jonathan Scope will be his first assignment here as he'll face him with runners at first and second and 1 gone. He's set and the pitch as he'll lay off a curveball in the dirt for ball 1. Richards stands 6'2" and throws from the right side. He's in his 4th season as a major league player. The 1-0. Hit in the air down the right field line. And that is off the wall, but in foul territory. Foul ball. First and second now, 1 man out. Back up the middle. And that's through into center field. Base hit. And he's going to score with ease as the throw will be too late.
Now batting, left fielder, Robbie Grossman.
Stepping in now, Robbie Grossman. Swing and a ball hard hit toward deep right. And this will get over the wall, in fact, so just the one run will be allowed to score.
Up next for the Tigers.
Really unfortunate there. Obviously, the runner at second base was going to score easily, but it's possible they could have waved the runner around from first as well. We'll never know, though, as he's forced to hold the runner at third because of the ground rule double.
And that'll bring up the veteran Miguel Cabrera. 1 ball, no strikes the count. Still only 1 out in the inning. And he gets a piece of this one to foul it toward the backstop. The 1-1 home. Fouled off again, and now he's in a 1-2 hole. Ball and 2 strikes to Cabrera. He got him, and it'll probably take a base hit now to get that runner across from third. Next up is Jeimer Candelario, grounded out in his last at-bat. First delivery to him, as he'll take a look at an off-speed pitch here that misses for ball 1. Lifted in the air to shallow center field. And Springer will tuck this one in to retire the side. So 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and a couple of men left. Home half of the 8th, straight ahead. Toronto leads this one 8-4. Bottom of inning number 8 set to go, and striding forward the designated hitter, Corey Dickerson.
The designated hitter.
First offering on its way.
Dickerson.
Count 1-0.
The windup and the 1-0 pitch. Line drive to center field. Baddoo is right there, 1 down.
Well, this one was squared up pretty good, but just like pitchers give up hits on well-executed pitches, batters make outs on balls they couldn't have hit much better.
In now, Lourdes Gurriel. He swings and hits it foul off to the right and out of play. He's got a hit in 3 at-bats to this point. The windup and the 0-1. Changes up on him, but that's in the dirt for a ball. Bases are empty, 1 man out. And now a curveball that's low and in the dirt for a ball. It's 2-1. Now a curveball here, nowhere close. That's in the dirt. It's 3-1.
I'd be real surprised if he goes back out away there on the mound. This is a count for a fastball challenge, and we'll see if he's ready for it in the box.
Fouled off.
Not surprised he's laid on a heater right there. Just saw an off-speed pitch. Wanted to stay back a little bit too long.
And a changeup. Couldn't get him to bite, and it's ball 4.
Up next for the Blue Jays, the third baseman.
Now at the plate here is Santiago Espinal. He's working on a 1 for 3 thus far. He's set. Here it comes. As he'll look at a fastball too high for ball 1.
I'll tell you, it's a helpless feeling for a manager or a pitching coach when your pitchers are having a really hard time throwing strikes. What are you supposed to do other than keep trying new guys until someone starts attacking the zone?
Slow roller down the third baseline. Reined in. And it's not in time as he's in well ahead of the throw. So you can mark that one down as an E5, and I bet he'd like to have that one over. Now at the plate is Reese McGuire, who went down on strikes in his last at-bat.
Yeah, and he didn't put up much of a fight either, Matty. Gotta find a way. Can't go down 3 pitches. I don't care if you're staring at him or swinging at him. You have to find a way to make this pitcher work a little bit harder.
Ball 1 to start the at-bat. Runners are at first and second with 1 away. Two and 0.
Great chance right here as a hitter to be really aggressive. With 2 guys already on, pretty good shot. He's going to get a challenge pitch right here.
Now the 2-0. On a line, that's a base hit into left field. And a good throw is going to hold that runner at third, so they're loaded now with only 1 away.
Heck of a job by the batter right there. You would have thought he bought himself a fastball, but gets an off-speed pitch, doesn't try and do too much, and drives it for a base hit.
So now to the plate, George Springer. And he'll promptly send it in the air out to center field. And that'll get down for a base hit. And not in time as the run scores. And the second run will score as well.
I mean, that had to feel good right there, Dan. That's his 3rd RBI of the game and extends his team's lead. They might have this one locked up.
Well, I'd say those are always big, those add-on insurance runs. Big RBI right there for a little bit more breathing room.
Joe Jimenez comes on to pitch now, hoping for better results than the other arms that they've run out there in this one. Standing in now, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. A ball and no strikes. Runners are at the corners with 1 man out. And he fires in a strike this time to make it 1 ball and 1 strike. Way outside, nearly to the backstop. 2-1.
He's got a couple of pitches to deal with right here, but he's starting to lose command of his pitches. It might be time to take a step back and try to refocus on making some good pitches.
Now the 2-1. It's a high drive to left, back toward the wall, but he's going to run out of room. It's gone! So a 3-run blast to straightaway left as they've pushed this lead up to 9 now. This has been quite a hitting display from both sides. That's home run number 8 on the day.
Matty V, I don't know what this is. Hero, is this bad pitching or good hitting?
I think you have to credit both offenses today. They both came in with game plans. We walked around during batting practice. They were both super confident, and nobody was missing a barrel.
Here's a weakly hit fly ball off to the left side. Short takes charge out there, and he stays with it for the second out.
Now batting, shortstop, Bo Bichette.
Stepping in next, Bo Bichette. It was a walk in his last trip. First pitch on the way. Action in the bullpen now as a right-hander begins to throw out there. Here comes the 1-0. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Very high, 2-1.
That's ball
And he
3.
misses low here, so the count goes to 3-1.
3 balls, 1 strike.
Teoscar Hernandez would be next. Hitters count all the way. Here it comes. Fastball too high. Ball 4.
And don't forget, he gave up a long ball earlier in this inning, so you can understand why he wasn't too aggressive with him there. When he got him to 3-1, he wasn't too anxious to challenge him.
So now to the plate, Teoscar Hernandez. Lifetime against this pitcher. He's 1 for 2. First offering. Now a swing and a miss at a slider for a strike.
Hey, that's a huge set-the-tone pitch right there. To a great hitter, you do not want to fall behind 1-0 and have him sitting all over a fastball or guessing what you throw next. You get ahead 0-1, and now the count's in your favor, and you and your catcher can start doing some things.
And he's back standing. And again a throw, keeping particularly close tabs on him. 2 out with the man at first. Just behind the fastball there. 2 strikes now. And strike 3 there as they'll finally work out of the inning as the side is retired. But the big blow of the inning comes right here. A 3-run home run. Last chance coming up for the Tigers. The Jays are out in front 13-4. All set for the start of the inning, and next will be the speedy catcher, Eric Haas.
Number 13.
Here's the first pitch. Popped him up. McGuire is under it. Makes the play, 1 away.
Every pitcher loves to get quick outs, right? How about that? 1 pitch, 1 out, a pop-up to start the inning.
And now in the box, Harold Castro. From the stretch, here's the pitch. Fastball taken, but that gets the zone for a strike. And now the Blue Jays get a left-hander up and throwing in their bullpen. And now a pitch on the way.
1 ball, 1 strike.
1 out, nobody on. Well above the letters with the fastball that time. Now a ball lined to the left side, but this will wind up a foul ball. 2-2.
When a pitcher puts you in the proverbial rocking chair like he's doing right now, you have to take a deep breath. You can't start trying to guess along with him. Trust your fundamentals and stay on that fastball.
And he will make the play out there, and there are 2 away now.
Up next for the Tigers, the shortstop, Zach.
Next for the Tigers, Zach Short. He scored after knocking a single in his last at-bat. Now the first pitch.
Ball 1, no strike.
The 1-0. And this ball swung on and hit to center field, and this should do it. Springer is there, makes the catch, and the ball game is over.
On paper, this had the makings of a real hard-fought game, but paper and reality, those are 2 different things. They pulled away and never looked back. How about to a tune of a 9-run victory?
13-4 the way this one ends. Toronto launched 6 home runs as a team in the ballgame. Hyunjin Ryu earns the victory on the mound. Casey Mize was only able to work 4 innings as he takes the loss. So that will wrap things up. For Mark DeRosa, Dan Plesac, Heidi Wackney, and our whole crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. For more, head to theshow.com.
ballgame. 3 hours and 59 minutes. Thank you for joining us here this afternoon. And we remind you to please drive home safely.